Hey everybody, and thanks for watching Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this Green Island ficus. And I absolutely just love the way the roots move on this tree. It reminds me of some kind of creature lumbering across the ground, maybe in one of those sci-fi, fantasy, save the galaxy kind of movies. And so, today, as of now, this tree is now going to be dubbed the creature. So Green Island ficus is in fact a dwarf ficus. It only gets about 3, maybe 4 feet high, but it will spread 10 to 12 feet or more. So they make great bonsai if you live in a tropical area, because all ficus are tropical trees. And this is a finished tree that really doesn't need a tremendous amount of work. I featured this tree in another video, and I will send you to that playlist. I'm going to make a playlist on this tree as of today. And I joked in another video that I needed a turntable. I actually have a turntable, but it's homemade with just 2 pieces of scrap wood and a Lazy Susan ball bearing plate. So so much for technology. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it all in the black. So today I'm just going to do some very minor trimming. So obviously this is the front, and in all my bonsai I want the front to be exposed and open so you can see the trunk line. And then the whole rest of the tree, if we spin it around, is quite dense. The semicircle is in place. It's produced a whole bunch of aerial roots. So here's an aerial root here. A lot of aerial roots in here. Not sure how much of that I really want or need even. But it's quite full and thick across most of the rest of the tree. So there's the front. So we have some things that need to be removed, such as this little tiny guy right here. It's coming from way down. It's not even coming from this root, it's coming from even further down. So I'm going to take that guy out completely. And on the first video, I did a lot of trimming on the outside, but I left the top because it was a little flat for me. And I would still like it to be a little higher. So this guy here would come up another, let's go like that, another couple inches, like that, and then come down. So I'm going to work on that. My 4-foot wide black piece of plastic is just a little too short for this video. So you're going to get white edges. And then typically you don't want anything coming down. So this guy here is coming down. We can take him off. And then we've got some more in the back that's drooping way down. We can take that off. And on this side here, I actually wired some of this up. And here's another piece that's drooping down. And it's pretty much in the same space as this branch. So if we take that branch away, it doesn't really change anything as far as visually. In fact, it opens it up a little more. And I think I want this branch to still come a little further up. You can see just changing it like that is an improvement. I still want to keep the apex. We have a lot of little stuff in here. This one here, and there's one in the back. Those are about the only ones that have elongated, and there's a whole bunch of little stuff in here that I still want to fill in. So I'm going to leave that for now. And then basically, no, it's impossible. We're going to have the white edges. I'm just going to trim off the tips of a lot of this stuff here just to create the pad. And is that part of the apex? Probably not, so we're going to trim this one. And the aerial roots, some of these aerial roots are going to come off too, so this is quite an extensive aerial root. And then we have some growth here that's quite long, so you always want to try to keep your growth from elongating too much. And this guy is doing classic ficus bleeding. They have a very white viscous sap that will get all over everywhere, including you. And I hate that. I usually wear gloves if I'm really going to manipulate a tree. This tree here is not all that necessary to manipulate. And I have this branch here that kind of swoops down, but I kind of like the fact that that comes out this way. I like this branch, so I'm going to keep that branch. And it is the middle of November, so we're getting a little bit of yellow leaves. The yellow leaves you see on this tree are perfectly normal for this time of year. Ficus being a tropical plant will get hurt in a freeze if the whole tree dies. If the whole tree freezes, the whole tree dies. So they need protection from the cold. But because I live in the very northern border of Zone 10 in the U.S., the average and minimum temperature for this area is just right at freezing, which means that on average, I think I'm just going to take this guy off, just the bare tips. Really want that. I want it all up in here. Oops, oh God. Just well, look, I solved the white edge problem. Just kick the tripod. I still want it higher, and perhaps even longer out to move out. Probably about 2 or 3 more inches, and I think it'll really be cool. And if we really wanted to get into this tree, we could go through all of this little tiny stuff and wire it down and create more ramification. You know, this branch here has some fantastic ramification. This branch here also has a tiny little bit of wire scars, but I defy you to see it because it's all hidden. So, the creature. Very cool tree. And it's starting to get some area roots here, and there's another one here. And I'm not sure if that's going to detract or add to the rootage that we've got there. So for now, I'm going to keep them. And I kind of like this one here, this aerial root coming down this way. And my tripod, not my tripod. I can't think of the word. I think I'm getting dementia. Turntable. Jesus Christ almighty. My turntable wants to just follow gravity. Whoop. Says I'm not moving. I'm going to move to where I want to be. I'm not going to stay where you want me to. And I do have a stop, but this tree is too big to use the stop. So I'm using my fingers as a stop. And I don't see all that much else to do on this tree. I gave it a good fertilization. We still have, kick the tripod again. We still have a little bit of fertilizer left. And in the middle of November, ficus don't need fertilizer. You're just going to get excess growth that'll be that much more prone to cold. And there's another aerial root right here that I really don't want. So I'm going to cut it off. And there's a couple little aerial roots in here which I guess could stay. There's another group of aerial roots hiding back here. And I think they're okay too. And let's go one more time around. Really pretty minimal amount of work that this tree really needs. Just wanted to sort of show it off. And I finally decided on a name. Because a lot of people name their trees, so why not me? Super healthy. Oh, and it's a very interesting pot, too. It's in a round pot. And it's actually a mica pot, I do believe. But I don't think that detracts from the tree at all. The round pot. So there you go. The creature. Green Island Ficus. And I have no idea how old this tree is. I acquired this tree from my friend who liquidated her collection. And I didn't really ask her how old stuff was. And it's unimportant. What's important is how cool it is. That's what's important. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And like I said, I will create a playlist today. So I will add this to the playlist because I've featured this tree at least once before. And so then you can just access the playlist and watch this guy through the years as it develops more and more and more. It's only going to get better and better and better. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you can watch that process. And leave a comment. Do you approve of the name The Creature? So thank you so much for watching. I'm coming up on 400 subscribers, so if you know anyone that hasn't subscribed yet, or if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please let me try to get to 400 subscribers by Thanksgiving, which is about a week and a half away, so I think I can do it. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.